three of our benefits here at the service corp. We have one medical plan, and the medical plan is called it's a health reimbursement account. But when you visit your doctors, all they're gonna ask you is what type of insurance you have. You're gonna say United Healthcare Choice Plus. Okay. So we have in-network and out-of-network capabilities, and our benefit actually works under our deductible. We do not have co-pays here at the Service Corporation. So when you visit your doctors will know that you have a deductible, but they will not know how much you have to pay when you go to the doctor. The way we work here is that we pre-fund some of the money into your accounts. So for instance, if you're a single employee, you're going to receive $500. If you're an employee plus one, and meaning an employee plus one spouse or an employee plus one child, you're going to receive $750. If you're an employee plus two or more, you're gonna get $1,000 into the account. The first dollars of the visits will be paid by the Service Corporation. That only means if you're having a diagnostic visit. If you're having your well visits, those are not charged. Okay? They're losing money.
Question,
Yes.
to understand this correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, the family, right, is gonna be 1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that one, they're gonna deduct it to her paycheck, or?
No, this is money that this money is the Service Corporation puts this money into an account for you.
So that
With United Healthcare. So when you visit your doctors, this money is actually gonna be already in there, and when a claim flows through United Healthcare, they're gonna look to see if you have funds, they're gonna pay through there. Okay?
So my question is, understanding that there is no copay, are you paying the visit in full when you go to the doctor's office, or are you paying the portion that is given back to the doctor's office based on how much they get? Does that make sense?
It depends. So if you have money, as I said, if you have money in your accounts, your doctor's offices will not know that. A claim has to flow through United Healthcare first, so that you'll know what you're responsible for.
So you're always going to get a bill?
You always have to wait for that EOB to come in
Got
first, so that you'll know and match it up with whatever your doctor is going to charge you for. So for instance, let's say you have a visit it's your well visit. Your well visits will not be charged against that, so that'll be zero. But in that well visit, your doctor says, oh, I saw an abnormality in your blood test. I would like you to come back in. That's going to be now considered a diagnostic visit. That's going to flow through the insurance, and they're going to take some money out of these accounts. They're going to pay, let's say that visit was $250. The insurance is going to pay them directly. Let's say you depleted that money now.
Right,
Now you're going to wait. Now you're going to wait for that EOB to come in, because your doctor's office will probably send you a bill faster than you get your EOB.
Yep.
And then you're going to wait to compare it. It's going to tell you how much your responsibility is.
What's an EOB?
The explanation of benefits.
Okay.
Sorry.
And it's
Okay.
employee plus one, and $750 for each one or for both?
For all. It's $500 for one, $750 for all, and $1,000 for all. This changed actually for the new year. I'm gonna give you the new prices. It's a new one for the new year. You guys wanna get you, okay, so I gave you the deductible, but we have a 20% co-insurance, because our out-of-pocket maximum for single is $2,500, and for family is $4,500. So do you guys want me to give you, in the worst case scenario, what can happen?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, so I've been with the Service Corporation for 14 years. For as long as I've known that I've been here, we've had an HRA plan. So right there where it says out of pocket, it is the worst that you would pay out of pocket for your medical costs. Okay? So I'll give you a scenario for myself. Last year during the month of December, I had a baby. It was about $45,000. Of that $45,000, I paid $2,000. It was $2,000. That is the most I've paid out of pocket, whether I paid it in full or whether I paid it in 20% increments. But no more than that. Okay? That's the worst.
What do you mean in full or 20% increments?
So this you're paying in full. So let's say the first $500 the Service Corporation gave it to me. My
Right.
responsibility is $1,000.
Right.
So I'm gonna pay $1,000. no matter what, however it comes in. Then, let's say a bill comes in, let's say the bill is for another $1,000, but I'm only paying 20% of that $1,000, of that 1,000. Okay? Right? Yes.
Whichever the allowed amount is, right?
Yes. So that is that is in the worst case scenario. That's how much, whether it be surgery, whether you're going in for you know, a treatment or anything, the most you would pay out of pocket is what you see there. We do hear throughout the year, we've heard, oh, but the bills keep coming in. If you're going in for treatment, yes, there are going to be bills that are going to come in. But at some point, you're going to see you've met your deductible, and that's it. That's you're responsible for. So for that, we actually, the Service Corporation, introduced a program back in 2016. This is actually inside your insert, inside your benefit at a glance that I just gave you guys. It's called the Medical Bridge Program. This is an employer-paid program that we have here at the Service Corporation, and it is to cover those employees and only employees who take our medical plan. So as I mentioned to you guys last year, I did go out and I went out on maternity leave and I had a baby. So with that being said, you're going to see a grid there. From that grid, because I am covered under the medical insurance here at the Service Corporation, I was able to submit a claim and get reimbursed $500 for my hospital admissions into the hospital. I also got 4 days of confinement at $165 each day. I also did a health screening because I did my wellness visit every year. I got $50 for that. I also had actually 2 or 3 diagnostic visits last year that were $250. So all that money came back to me. What did you guys think I did with that money? So this is tax-free money that comes back to you, but it is the employee's responsibility to file those claims if you have any of these services listed on this grid rendered. Okay? This is an employer-paid program, and the purpose of it is to help the employees pay and get the offset of the bills that you're receiving. Not everyone is going to benefit off of it. The one benefit that every employee will have on it, if you have our medical, is that you will receive those the $50 for the health visit that you have in the year, because we always want employees to go to the doctor. Okay? Any questions?
So there's a list of the
different things. Yes, we actually have it posted on our Service Corp website. Yes, so if you want it, like mammogram, we have mammograms, if you have an endoscopy, colonoscopy, any type of diagnostic visit, that would be covered at a $250 mark. Now, let's say you have a outpatient surgery. There's different tiers. There's a tier that's $500, there's a tier that's $1,000. I wouldn't be able to tell you what the tier is, but if you call Colonial, who handles our claims, they will be able to tell you where your surgery falls on it. Okay? Any questions regarding the medical plan and how it works? So I mentioned to you guys that there is some changes for the new year. Actually, I'll pass out the memo that was sent out to all our employees back in September, letting the employees, making the employees aware of all changes that were occurring for this calendar year, so that you guys have it. I'm just gonna go over it. So that $1,000, for those of you who are going to have 2 or more, is now going to be $1,200. So we've raised it. Okay. So now it's $1,200. And the other thing is, to add to this benefit, is that let's say I had a good year, and let's say I only went to the doctor to see my routine visit. After that, I really didn't visit the doctor, and I'm fine. Or maybe I had one visit throughout the year that was considered diagnostic, and they took some money out of my $500, $750, or $1,000. Whatever's remaining in there will roll over into the new year, and we will give you. So, for instance, if we will, let's say this is not the full, it's not the full 500, we will fund it with the additional 250 into the account to make it a full $500. Okay? So we will roll over. You just cannot have more than the maximum amount on the side.
But how would you get the maximum amount?
So every year, so for me, it would be that this 500 will roll over this year. That means that I had another 500 in there. So I'm gonna get.
If you don't use any of it.
Any of
got
it.
it.
I'm
but
gonna
if you
get
use some of it, you're just gonna bring it back up to the 500.
To 500. Yep. Okay. So this is just the flow of the claim, and I kind of told you guys how it flows. It has to go through United Healthcare first in order for you to know what you would have to pay out of pocket. So never, I always tell employees, wait for those EOBs and compare them before you make those payments to your doctor's office. These are your biweekly deductions. So this is what would be coming out of your check on a biweekly basis here at the service court. Now this is what has changed for the new calendar year. So for the new year, it is now $54, $152, $87, and $182. It's dropped, and it's dropped even more. So the way you can drop it even more is that employees who completed, we have a wellness program attached to our medical plan here at the service court. So those employees who completed 3 targets out of 5 targets that we give them throughout the year, we reduce their deductions by $500 per year. So a single employee is actually gonna pay $34.77 because we've reduced them. So there are certain targets. So the program is called Rally. So the Rally program is connected to United Healthcare, but it is an employer-sponsored program. Basically, you have the opportunity to gain $200 in gift certificates through the Rally program, but it works towards us to bring your deductions down for the calendar year. This will be for you guys for the next calendar year. So you're gonna work on it now for the new calendar year. Because our open enrollments always happen in October, so we get ready for them. We get ready 3 months in advance for the new year. So basically, the simple things that we make employees do, they're very simple. One of them we bring to you, which is our biometric screening events and fair that we have here at the service court. So we bring out a team of people from Quest. They come out, they do your screenings for you. You right there have an opportunity to earn $75 gift card, which gets loaded into a system for you within 2 weeks. After we upload all the results, you will receive them. You will receive those $75. This year, we actually did our wellness we did our wellness event, and which actually took off very nicely. We brought out the team of Quest. In conjunction with them, we bought a trail mix bar for all employees to enjoy, a snack to take back to their offices or home, or whatever they wanted to do. And we also brought massage therapists in. So we have massage therapists that were in our facilities. We took, employees had 10-minute massages, which everybody wanted to go home right after, of course. But they did, they actually had the opportunity to enjoy those 10-minute massages, and after that, they were able to go back home. But they all left with a $75 gift card, and most of those employees have all completed their 3 targets. So they are all getting a reduction on their payroll. Okay?
You have to complete all 3?
We give you 5, and you pick the 3 that you want to do.
You pick 3 that you want to do.
to.
Is there a time frame in order
Yes.
to complete those 3?
Yes, you have it from the beginning of the year all the way to November 16th.
So from January?
From January to November 16th, yes.
Oh, so it's at the end that you get it back, or you get it as you complete it?
No, you get, so for those employees who are completing right now, they're gonna get it for the new year. It's for 2019, so you guys will do it for 2020.
2020, right, okay.
Exactly, yeah. Yes, so that's
So
just
this year, we're gonna pay the current rate, but for 2020.
if we drop, you guys are gonna get that new, you're gonna get that new rate. But you guys are getting a reduced rate anyway because we actually still lowered our medical benefits, which is a very nice thing. Yes. Okay, any questions? Okay. So this is our prescription drug plan with the medical plan. So your medical card that you receive in the mail will serve you as both purposes, your pharmacy card as well as your medical card. You have the home delivery service if you like, which is 2.5 times the copay. And if you decide to just visit the pharmacy, you're paying $15, $35, and $75 for your medication, generic preferred brand. The generic version, it is up to $15. So if your medication is lower than $15, then you would pay the lower cost of the medication. It's only up to $15 that you'll pay at most for a generic drug, if that's the cost of it. We have our dental program here with the service corp. So our dental program is also administered by United Healthcare, so you will receive a dental card for that. If you have any dependents listed, they will not receive a card. The card will only come in your name, but when you send them to the doctors, they will look them up and they will find them in the system. Okay? Why they don't want to change it? We've asked them, because we get the questions all the time, and they won't do it. All right, so we have two options. So we have the Columbia Dental option and we have the PPO option. The Columbia Dental option is a closed network. You can only see a Columbia doctor on this benefit. The network is only about 156 doctors. It's not many doctors. Most of the doctors are based here in the tri-state area, okay? Working hours are at most maybe to 6 or 7 o'clock at night. You are covered for your routine and preventative services at 100%, as well as any orthodontia services such as surgeries, simple surgeries or wisdom tubes or any root canals that you may have to have done. They're covered at 50%, and you have an annual maximum of $2,000. The popularity between the two programs, before I tell you about the PPO program, which you guys see up on the screen, the popularity is that this one allows adults to get braces. The other one doesn't. And that the network, that the maximum is richer. So that means that if I need to go in, my doctor has recommended that I come in 3 times a year for a cleaning. I'm not paying for it. It's coming out of here as long as there's money. X-rays, any X-rays, cleanings, any repairs, anything is coming out of this money right here. So as long as I have money in there, they're taking it out of there. The only thing that I would pay out of the pocket would be any services that I have to have done, such as surgeries or anything like that. So I've had them with wisdom tooth pulled. I paid. One of them I didn't pay because it was a simple extraction. I've had a root canal. I've had a crowning. I've had repairs. The most I think I've paid out of pocket is about $500. And I've always had the Columbia.
But you'll never pay more than $2,000 for.
Well, this is your maximum for the year. So within here, so let's say you have that, all your preventative services or your routine services would be covered in this money right here. So with the PPO program, the difference is that the network is a lot bigger. You have a network that's about twice the size of the Columbia Dental plan. You have in-network and out-of-network capabilities. You are covered for 100% services for your routine services or preventative services. You are covered at 50 and 80% for orthodontia. Now it depends the type of service that you have done, so that's covered a little different. There are deductibles that are attached to it, and the maximum for the year is only $1,000. So it's a little, the network is bigger, but the benefit is not as rich as the Columbia Dental plan is. Is anybody working uptown? I know 2 of you are staying here in our facility, so you guys, the secret doctor we have around here. Yes, uptown? Okay. You guys? Uptown? Where?
51st.
Yeah, just say my name. You're part of over here. Where you working?
Westchester.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know Westchester too much. I don't visit up there. But for those of you working in the Uptown location, you have a center right behind Haven Avenue, which is the Columbia facility, which is one of the biggest facilities. There's another one on Morningside for the 51st Street location. You have it on the 3rd floor all the way in the back. They're all up there. And then for you guys that I said the secret doctor, I have a doctor on 42nd Street, Dr. Schwartz. He's the best. That's all I have.
Love New Jersey?
I've heard, I know I have employees in New Jersey. We have employees at the Parker Plaza location. I have heard that there are some doctors in the Tenafly area, but I also know that those employees that work in the Parker Plaza location do come over the bridge. They do come over the bridge and they do come up to the Uptown location and they go to the doctors. So I have heard that.
This doctor has late hours?
Yes, he does. And very, very early.
Nice.
He sees us sometimes at 7 o'clock in the morning and then he sends us to work with our mouth.
That's
No. So this is your bi-weekly deduction for the dental plan. This is the only plan that has three tiers on it. So if you're someone who falls in that middle tier could be yourself and a spouse or yourself and one child or a domestic partner. I apologize, I didn't mention that in the medical medical side, we do allow domestic partners to come on board to our benefits. And then we also, if you're someone who's coming on board with yourself and let's say 2 or 3 children, no spouse, your family, or if you come on board with a spouse and any number of children, you'll still be family. This benefit stays exactly the same for the new year, no changes on this benefit. So our vision benefit, so this benefit has no card whatsoever. This benefit is a completely online benefit. So basically what it is that you're going to, let's say, a vision center, any vision center that you would like, you could think of, including those new commercials that are coming out now. Warwick Parker, something? The Parker, they're coming to Fifth Avenue, right here. They're coming to Fifth Avenue. I think they're actually set up here. So, Warwick Parker. And then Vision Works, and then they have Walmart, they have any little obstacle that you could think of, maybe in your neighborhood. If you walk in, you're gonna say you have United Healthcare. They're also known as Spectero, so that name, if you say United, they're like, no. If you say Spectero, they're like, oh yeah. It is because it's the old name that carries. So you would be covered for your comprehensive exams every 12 months at a $10 copay. You also are covered for glasses, meaning your lenses. You can change them every year, as well as your contacts. That's a $25 copay. That's called materials when you pick it up. And then your frames, you have every 2 years you can pick up frames, and that is at a $130 allowance that you will receive. Okay? This benefit actually reduced for the new year. So for the new year, those prices are different. And those new prices are $2.68, $5.09, $5.33, and $8.21.
But the vision is built into the dental, or is it separate?
It's separate. All 3 are separate.
All 3 are separate.
All 3 are separate.
Okay.
It's one carrier. It's just individual. So if you chose that maybe you just wanted medical or dental and not vision, you can choose the benefits that way, however you want to choose them. Okay.
So you're able to pick and choose?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Yes, you
can
may.
take just medical, no dental, no vision.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You guys can do that, and if maybe perhaps you want to cover yourself on medical, but have no need of covering your children on medical, but would like your children to have dental, you can do that as well too. Okay. Yes.
So you saw this. I don't want to keep badgering you with questions.
It's okay.
But so let's say you got medical, no vision, no dental. Mm-hmm. Then in the middle of the year, you got an issue. So do you need a qualifying event to get anything? Or you just, if you don't have a qualifying event, which may be listed here, then you would have to wait till open enrollment?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would be a qualifying event? Like if something disastrous would happen, like if you got married, well, not disaster. That's not disastrous, but I'm saying, don't give me, sorry about that. No, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way. But marriage, birth,
divorce, and loss of coverage.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So those of you who might be putting a spouse or you're putting a child onto the benefit will need marriage certificates and birth certificates to be sent along so that we can have them on our records. And also when you're entering them into the system, make sure that you enter them with their social security numbers, because we have to report this for the ACA, because we do report to the Obamacare in the system, okay? All right, so we have our flexible spending program here at the Service Corporation, so you all will be eligible, not for this upcoming year, but for the 2020 calendar year. But this is for you, for your knowledge, to know that we do carry this program. This is for those employees who may have the need to use some unsecured health care or dependent care expenses. So for those of us that may have to have, such as our medical plan, we have a deductible, and you know that you are going to use a medical plan and are going to need to pay down some of those bills, you can pre-tax those dollars. So for instance, you say you want to pre-tax $1,500 so that you can pay that deductible off, you can. What we do is we take that $1,000 and we divide it up into 26 payments, take it out slowly. You'll get a credit card at the beginning of January. For those of you who have dependents under the age of 12 or up to the age of 12, you can do dependent care for after-school programs, nursery schools, as well as day camps. Sorry, camps. For some. Yes. But this is your own money at play. This money we give, well, this money we front load, this money you have to wait till you collect it over a period of time. So I had a good question this year. Someone asked me during open enrollment, can you deduct the full $5,000? I don't know why they would want me to do that. Can you deduct the full $5,000 so that I can make a payment up front? But you can't do that. You have to do it over. You have to do it over a period of time. You can't just take the money out. So that person actually needed to have $300 on a monthly basis, but that person would have to wait till that $300 is available to pull it out of the account and then make the payment too. So she's basically paying herself back. But
And once the eligibility is year 2020, right?
yes, for you guys, it will be 2020 because it's gonna happen for the next open enrollment for you guys. It'll open up on the next open enrollment. So we have our transit check program for those of you who are going to be doing mass transit. Mass transit is about to go up on March. We already got notifications, it's going up. It'll probably be about $129. They're still waiting, we're still waiting for the final notice on it. But however, you can pre-tax those dollars. This is my favorite program, just because of the experience that I've had on it. But here at the Service Corporation, most of our employees are on the unlimited card, which is at 121. So we take it out the first payroll of every month for everyone. You get a one metric card. It's good for a full year. They will notify you once your anniversary is coming up. That's what they call it, meaning that your card is just about to expire. They send you a card a month in advance so that you are ready for the new year with your new card. Okay? You can cancel and enroll into this program whenever you like, and you don't have to take the maximum. But let's say you're someone who needs maybe $60 to travel, then you'll get what's called a quick pay card. That quick pay card is a credit card that's preloaded with the dollar amounts that you need. You go and you purchase it yourself.
Wait, you only get, Metro cards, you said?
You can do MetroCard or you could do a credit card.
Credit card,
So
okay.
that you can purchase how you wanna purchase
Okay.
your transit, yeah. Cause we have a lot of employees who come from New Jersey, so they do a split between New Jersey Transit and New York Transit. Depends, but any mode of transportation you can think of, it is covered here. Okay, for those of you doing parking, I kinda heard someone talk about parking lots. Tickets, you're working in New Jersey, Parker Plaza,
Yeah, this part, yes.
Fort Lee?
Mhm.
Okay, so you're working at the Parker Plaza building, right?
I think that's the one.
Who's
They
your
only have
manager?
one building.
Who's your
right?
manager? Who's your manager?
Carrie Culver,
Okay, so you're on the 7th floor,
9th.
or they moved you guys up to the 9th? Alright, so, yes, so there's a special email that you have to send if you're gonna use the parking lots there. One is $48 and the other one is $64.
Is it by the building itself or
It's not in the building.
it's in a double tree, right?
It's at the double tree,
Yeah.
yes. Only if they have spots at the building, they will give you the spot at the building, which is $64. But I know the more senior employees
Oh,
there
that's
are
good.
getting those spots. But the double tree does have the parking, and then they shuttle you over to the building, which takes about less than 5 minutes, I believe.
And where can I enroll that one?
Huh?
Where can I enroll that
You're
one?
gonna, when you get back to your department, you're gonna ask them for the form, and then you can enroll in it. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So for those of you who have the parking expense, so if you're doing parking, you can also do that portion. That is a reimbursable. So either you can do it by credit card, or you can do it reimbursed. So if let's say your parking lot where you're parking uses credit cards, you can just take out the credit card with the dollar amount refunded onto the card, and you can make your monthly payments as you go with the card. It's up to you. Yeah.
On the credit card, it's a limit of 60?
A limit of 260.
Oh, 260.
260.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the maximum that you can take, but if you need less than that, you can.
Okay, and then you could like split it with,
Mm-hmm.
so would I, like, let's say would I be able to do 120 on,
For transit and for parking,
well, 120 for that, but the parking, you said it's for like transportation, what if I wanted that parking, like there's 100 on a lift or something? You can do that?
no, they still haven't merged. I've heard talks about it, but they haven't merged the programs yet. It would be nice if they did that.
So how do you live in New Jersey and you could do half and half, like MetroCard here, and then New Jersey Transit.
Absolutely. So for that, I would recommend that you use a quick pay card, so you could separate it the way you need it. A lot of my coworkers who work in New Jersey do that. They'll split their fares between New Jersey, which is never enough. I have to say, it's never enough, depending how far in and how expensive your fare is. It's usually not enough, but they do the split. So they'll do the maximum and then they'll use it as they go.
And this is monthly?
This is monthly, yes. So it's monthly. So if, let's say you use the quick pay card, which is a credit card, so for those of us that may use the unlimited card, the card is just working every day. So I just use it, and when I go on vacation, I give it to my parents. Use it while I'm away. When I get back, give it back to me, because I pay for it. It doesn't matter. But for those of you who use the quick pay card, your card gets reloaded every month on the 21st of the month. So on the 21st of the month, you'll always get that card. So the employees right now already received their funding for November. They already have funding for November. And you can enroll whenever you like off this program. So once you get my email saying that you guys are ready to go into the system and start doing your benefits, that means I've already preloaded you into this system so you can start doing your enrollments with the transit center.
That doesn't kick in until 60 days as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys will most likely be eligible January, because we're about to do December. We're about to do December, actually Thursday. So we're about to. If I can get you guys into the system sooner, then you'll see it in November. You'll see it for December. So I should be able to have you guys preload.
So when you get us in the system,
yes,
don't we have to wait a month before we get a card?
yes.
You have to pay for it first and then you receive the card? No?
So for instance, if I preload you guys into the system by this Friday, that means that you guys are gonna see it. You're gonna see, if you log in, you're gonna see it, you're gonna get onto the December bill. So you'll have it, so the first check in December, we'll pull out all the money in that check. So you guys will have it. Alright, so we have our 401k program here at the Service Corporation, so it is administered by Transamerica. Transamerica handles all our services, down from communications to all employees, as well as taking all your deferral changes, or any communication, any changes, they do it for us directly, including loans, hardships, or anything like that. They handle all of that for us. Your beneficiary information, they keep for you. Now, when you reach 6 months of services here with the Service Corporation, you will be eligible to start contributing into the 401k at a rate of 1% or up to 100%. We have an automatic enrollment for all employees once they reach that 6 months of service. That's what the ACA stands for. It's an automatic contribution. If you choose that you would not like to enroll into the program, or you would not like to contribute at that time, you would be contacting Transamerica directly, advising them to please stop the deferral from coming out of your check. But maybe you wish to do more than the 1%, you will also contact Transamerica and they will switch it so that we can make sure that our system is up to date as well.
So
So at 6 months, you automatically will
Automatically
deduct 1%.
you become eligible, yes. You guys are all at a full-time status, so you will all be eligible to be, because you have to have met 500 hours. By that time, you need 500, more than 500 hours actually. So you will all be eligible to start contributing at 1%. Once you reach 2 years of services with the Service Corporation, then the Service Corporation starts contributing 5%. We don't match here, but we do give you 5% no matter what the percentage is that you're contributing, or if you choose not to contribute, we're still gonna give you 5%.
every year thereafter?
Yes, yes. Of any earnings you receive here at the Service Corporation, you will receive 5%.
Now, so the 24th month, is that based on your hire date or the date that you become eligible to participate for WCAG?
By your date. Yes. So you'll receive notices 30 days in advance. So Transamerica will notify you via email, however you set up for notification. I'll tell you this much, I set up for emails and Lord knows I get emails from them. They tell me everything that's going on. Even to the point reminding me, make sure your beneficiaries are up to date. It's constant that they send you, which is really good, because they remind you to go into your 401k account and make sure everything looks good. They have a forecast, which is pretty good. It tells you if you're rainy, sunny, things like that. It's kind of hilarious to me, but it does tell you. We do hold semi-annual educational seminars. I'm supposed to be scheduling one for this December, so hopefully things will start settling down and I can get to work on that for you guys. And once we get that communication out, you'll see it coming into your, come on your emails, so that you can join us and see it. If you choose to leave the service corporation and there is money in your 401k, the money belongs to you. So you will be able to do whatever you like, take it out, you will roll it over, however you would like to do. You would just contact Transamerica and they will tell you your options at that time. So we have benefit, we have life insurance benefit that is employer paid. So every employee here, after your 60-day introductory period, will receive $50,000 in term life and $50,000 accidental death and dismemberment, which is at no cost to you. In addition to that, you have the option to purchase up for yourself, for your child, or for your spouse if you wish to. It's a guaranteed amount of $150,000 for the employee, at which time no medical questions will be asked. But if you wait to the open enrollment period, such as now that our employees went in and they didn't choose it during their new hire period, there's an EOI if you're making a change now. So there will be medical questions asked at this time before you get approved for the dollar amount that you wish to do.
What's an EOI?
Evidence of insurability. This one is portable, so this one, if you do purchase it for yourself, it is a group price, so you're banded by age. So every 5 years you jump brackets. You jump into a different age bracket. But if you leave Service Corp, you have the option of taking it with you and continuing in that same group discounted benefit. Okay. My favorite slide. Okay, so disability. It has been a challenge lately. All right, so this is disability. So I think Juan went over so all of you working in New York, and then trustee New Jersey just came on board too as of today for the New Jersey's earned sick time that you guys get for the 40 hours. So if you're out of the office for more than 3 calendar days, you do need to contact the benefits office and advise us as to what's going on. We will then at that time tell you what you're eligible for or what your options can be, depending upon what your situation is at hand. There is a statutory benefit that we all pay for, which is that dollar amount that comes out of our check, depending on the state that you work for. That is for up to 26 weeks. Our carrier is Prudential that we have here at the Service Corporation. Now, everything depends. Everything is so different now. We have long-term disability, which is employer paid. That is up to 60% of your monthly annual salary. Sorry. And then we have the short-term disability, which is buy up during the open enrollment period. So employees here are eligible for disability leave for yourself. If you're the person you know, you will be eligible for disability after 6 months of services here at the Service Corporation. Now for New York, there is something different that just occurred recently, which is called the Paid Family Leave, which is called the PFL. PFL, after 175 days that you've worked, you are eligible for this benefit, and it is for bonding for the new child or for a family member who's ill. New Jersey has it as well. It's called FLI. It's called FLI. So
what's FMLA? I'm sorry. I'm
family medical leave.
Into the lingo.
So the FMLA is a family medical leave, but